Hello everybody and welcome to Heading Back to Empire City, Day 4. I have, as of today, finally beaten Alden and gotten into the Historic District. Now when you get there automatically, it fills up halfway with power, because as I check the powers section of the menu, I've got everything filled up but one, not counting the Gigawatts blade. So, with only one power left, one substation, we are winding down this playthrough, and it's been very long. Really enjoyed it though, and all in all, having a good time. Although I'll go more into how my whole playthrough was at the end and what I thought a pretty lengthier one. But as you can see, I've gotten all the power back into the Warren. Haven't really done many side missions, kind of just going through story as quick as I can. Now, what happened mainly at the moment was, when I was getting the Ray Sphere, I found out John is not married to Moya. He is not with the FBI, and that me and him are kind of working together to get the Ray Sphere back from Kessler, who is now working with Zeke, who's recently betrayed you, hoping to get his own powers. Which, pretty much a dick move, so now you're kind of left with the end. Trish hates you, Zeke's left you, and you're left working with some guy you don't really know that much about. And interesting part about the Historic District, your enemies in this one, they're not the Reapers. They're not the Dustmen. You get to fight the First Sons finally, and they are very brutal. And it's very hard to once you get into the city to not automatically get into a big gunfight with them. But it's very nice because even though most of the enemies' main weapons are guns, each of them you can feel kind of have different tactics when trying to fight with you. And another part that's interesting about the Historic District, even though it's very small compared to the rest of the islands, it's much more vertical than the rest, because you can kind of see in the background right there, that's the tallest point in the whole game that was man-made, not counting the tower of junk I was just on that Adler made. Now, the nice thing about that is another interesting little different thing when you compare them to the Neon and the Warren is there's little mines scattered around all over the place, which are kind of a pain in the butt if you can't find them. They make little beeps, and I think I might be able. Here we go. There's one, and then destroying them, you got to be a little careful. But really excited, finally about to finish up my Evil playthrough, and hopefully the save from this one will carry into Infamous 2, which everyone has been kind of saying might happen. Sucker Punch hasn't given the full details of what will happen yet. That'll be pretty exciting. But real quick, what I'd like to touch on, I'm going to focus on more in my article today, is kind of the negatives of the mission design in Infamous. Now, as much as I love it, it's not a perfect game. I mean, we all know that. But the mission design, I feel, gets a little bit repetitive at some points, and it literally just becomes, let's throw waves of enemies at you. Last night when I'm doing the prison scene where I'm trying to keep Adler held hostage at the prison long enough, it pretty much is a 5-minute fight between you, a couple AI bots helping you that are cops, and as many of the trash baggers as you could find in the Warren. And it goes on for about 5 minutes, and even like when I'm on hard, it's doable, but it's just really hard and it's really repetitive. I don't feel special, but I mean, that's just probably that one that comes to mind the quickest. There are a lot of missions though. I mean, the biggest problem in open world games is repetition. Like in the original Assassin's Creed, a big problem with that is there's pretty much like 3 different types of missions you could do. Infamous, there's a good palette. There's probably about 10 or so different kind of missions in between story and side missions. Now, hopefully, it'd be interesting to see what Infamous 2 will do with this. But some of them kind of get repetitious as you go on, like counter surveillance or following spies around just to get little packages. Well, that's just some negatives I found, and get some guy tied up here. Will not help him. Also, on a little side note, I am very close to becoming full Infamous and will be able to use Chromatic Overload, which will make me pretty much invincible for a couple of seconds or so. But just a little update. I've gotten all the dead drops from John and the Warren and the Neon now. So all that's left is a couple more in the historic. Then I'll have all of his story. And trying to think what else. Hoping to beat it by tomorrow. Not gonna make any promises, but that'll be nice. And just be sure to check out the blog for some more. There'll be a little bit more than there was yesterday on my article. I'm talking a little bit more of the specifics of the faults I've kind of found in the mission design, along with the positives, of course. But be sure to check it out at my blog, Torchwood 4 News. You can find the URL at tw4n.blogspot.com, and be sure to follow me on Twitter at Torchwood4SP. As always, thanks again for watching this video, and be sure to leave any kind of feedback on the blog or the comments on YouTube below. Subscribe to the channel. Anything is appreciated. And see you tomorrow, day 5.